All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts on Monday. What's up, guys? Hope you're well. Sorry about that. You just had to turn my VPN off. Yeah, we're doing all right, guys. Listen, I am neither bullish nor bearish at this time. I just saw your chart. I think we're going down, guys. I think we're going down tonight. I'll talk about XRP and what I'm seeing in XRP and in Bitcoin, and we'll look at the wave structure here. But I think in the immediate, I think we could go down, hit the low of the last low that we hit, and then maybe up from there. We'll have to see. But guys, welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader, Forex trader, here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. Sunday nights, normally we do a deep dive on the market, but Super Bowl was playing last night. I didn't know how many people would be watching. I was watching the Super Bowl myself. So we're going to go ahead and do Monday night charts tonight. Take a peek, do a deep dive tonight, and see what's going on in the charts tonight. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I would never do that. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do those things. I am a trader, guys. I trade everything that has a chart. So I'll show you how I look at the market from a trader's perspective through an Elliott Wave lens. If you don't know what Elliott Wave theory is, you got a deep dive. You got a rabbit hole to go down. It's an awesome theory from a guy named Elliott back in the early 1900s, who saw the market through a lens of fives and threes. And the waves he saw had 5 waves and 3 waves, 5 waves and 3 waves. And they took different shapes and patterns, and we can put those patterns together and get some kind of perspective as to where the price might be heading. It's an excellent way to look at the market. It's not the only way to look at the market. There are other things to look for, but wave structure is so telling. It's more telling than a lot of people give it credit for. So we're going to look at the wave structure tonight and see what's going on. Let me say hi to everybody who said hi to me. Let's see. We got 15 of you here. Welcome. Hey, Mr. Berger. What's up, man? Good to see you. Another rug pull coming. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. What's up, Daniel? I'm glad you're here, as always. Thanks for being here so faithfully, man. Salvador, Mr. Deza. Good to see you, man. Hello. And yeah, I mean, I'm bearish in the near term. Hey, JQ. How are you? All right, guys, I said hello to everybody. Said hi to me. We're going to jump into the analysis and see where wave structure is pointing us. We're going to start with Bitcoin. We'll move on to Ethereum and XRP. Then we'll get a general overview of the market. Okay, looking on the 6-hour chart, guys, what is this overarching structure? There's 2 ideas on the table. There's just basically 2 ideas on the table. Well, number one, we could have an impulse that is either finished or not finished. And that's always the question. When you have an impulse wave, guys, there's 5 waves in an impulse wave. And guys, you have to bear with me as I talk about the basics of Elliott Wave for people who may be new to the channel, so hang in there. So in an impulse wave, you generally have 5 waves. There's 1, 2, there's 3, there's 4. And the question is wave 5 done? Okay? Now, it might be done. It might not be done, right? So we generally need 5 waves in that wave. Let's back up just a little bit. Get on the 3-day chart, and you'll see something else here. You've got a 1 and a 2. There's a 3. There's a 4. There's 5. Guys, I'm telling you, I mean, you've got 5 waves that look as nearly complete as you possibly can be. There's a warning here on the macro. We could be at a top. If we're not at a top, there's only one more wave to go to the upside. There's one more hit to the upside. That could take any number of shapes. It could just go up and hit the high and reject. It could go up in extended fashion, and it could go up, in a moderate fashion, right? But if it goes up, who knows where it's going to stop. It could be extended. And there's an argument for the extended wave. There's an argument for it. And I've argued for it, but that doesn't mean it's certain, okay? That said, there's also an argument that says, guys, we have 5 waves in the 5th wave. This is the 5th wave of a 5-wave move. We have 5 waves that we can count. Guys, this is reversal zone, okay? So is it reversal? Is it not reversal? It's hard to tell, all right? So how do you tell if it's done or not? Well, what you do is you count the 5th wave. You start here at the bottom. You got 1, you got 2. All right, what's next? Well, you got 3. This could be wave 3 right here, right there. 3, to there. Then we got 4 to here. And maybe that's 5. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's finished. The other pot, and so that would be a way to count this as a finished wave, 5 waves done. So what does that mean? We are in the middle of an initial wave to the downside, okay? It's an initial wave down. We are bearish in general, even though we could make another rally to the upside. Could go up here a little bit to that trend line and then rock over. Yeah, that's possible. But on the macro scale, it could be possible that the trend is down, where in the first wave, we would look for a 3-wave pullback of some kind the month of February, and then more down later on, March, April, May, okay, into that time frame. Okay, that's a real possibility. What I've just drawn right there, that's real, that's possible, that's plausible. Okay, now if it's not finished on the macro, we're gonna get into the small time frame and say, okay, what's the preponderance of the evidence, right? But nevertheless, if it's finished, that's done. We're at 100K. I mean, you can make the argument, guys. I mean, we're at 100K. That's the golden boy. That's the baby. That is the key round number of Bitcoin, right? Everybody's looking for 100K for how long? We hit 100K. The problem is once we hit 100K, now we're talking 150. Now we're talking 200. Some people even talking 1 million, right? You get to these levels and you're like, oh yeah, here we go. We're going to the moon and we're never going to stop, without any consideration that price moves in waves. Okay, waves crash. Come with force and then they recede. Come with force and then they recede. When you're dealing with waves of the market, they generally come in threes, guys. They generally come in threes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there it is. We need a recession. Okay, that recession's gonna. Now, when I say threes, I mean 3 pushes. 3 pushes. That means 5 waves, because you had the first push, correction, 1, 2. Second push, that's wave 3, 4, 5. Done. Boom, boom, boom. I need a 3-wave back. Okay, that's what I need. That's what I'm looking for on the macro chart, guys. I am bearish on the macro in general. Waiting. I see all the markets prepping for a major crash. And then our governments will take us over to the digital dollar while they take control of the digital economy. Okay, I see that playing out. I've talked about that in previous live streams. So I'm bearish on the macro. That doesn't mean we can't go to 140K from where we are before we get that crash. It just means that we're either finished or we have one more wave. And that's always the case when we're talking macro waves. When we're looking at a wave, it's like, okay, we're always as traders thinking, okay, is it done? Or has it got a little bit more? Is it done? Has it got a little bit more? Okay, I don't know. But what I do see, what are the evidence for it's finished? Well, we're at the 100K resistance, number 1. Number 2, we got 5 waves on the macro, on the major count. And in the 5th wave, we've got 5 waves in that 5th. Okay, you can argue. And then when you talk about the 5th of the 5th, I just gave you a count for the 5th of the 5th. What do I mean by the 5th of the 5th? Well, this is the 5th wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This right here is the 5th of the 5th. Okay, or the 5 waves in the 5th. You can see 5 waves in that if you squint your eyes real careful. You got 1. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Truncated 5th. There it is. This is rejection, and we got more down, right? So that's an argument. What else? How else can we argue for downside? Well, if you look on the 3-day, you've got what we see divergence in the RSI, which is what we expect to see. So let's take a peek at it here. First off, we hit a peak right here. Boom, came up, made divergence. So this was oversold. Overbought here in the 3rd wave. We had divergence between wave 4 and wave 5 in the 3rd. Okay, came down, created hidden bull. Boom, went up, made the 5th. Now we have divergence again. Between the top of wave 3 and the top of wave 5. Okay, and that's what we call double divergence. What's going to seal the deal here And we tend to have some divergence here working here as well. So we've got quadruple divergence, triple divergence here. So, I mean, there's an argument to be made here, guys, that this is a top. I've been talking about that for the last several weeks. Okay. Now, that's the macro bearish concept. Now, what's the bullish concept? Well, the bullish concept says, hey, listen, Jim, everything you see is good and is right and everything, except there's just one more wave to go. 1, 2, 3. This is some kind of wave 4, okay? And then we need a fifth wave. Now, that fifth wave can take all kinds of shapes, okay? Again, it can just go up and take the high and then reject. It can go up in an extended way. If you want to know what an extended fifth wave looks like, this is an extended fifth wave right there, okay? That's extended, all right? So it could be an extended fifth wave. That's the count. That extended fifth gets us up to 145 range. That's my target, 140 to 145 is my target zone for an extended fifth. I see that as a possibility. I really do. It could even pull down and hit up 150, 155, and then reject after that. All right, so we could get that final pump. All right, that final move. Is that coming right now? Maybe it's setting up. We'll talk about it. Okay, but yeah. So that's the bullish count. But those are the two counts. It's the tale of two counts, guys. That's what I'm seeing here. And I guess the third thing is, this fourth wave may not be done. We may end up coming down just a little bit, taking that low, and then going up to hit that fifth wave. All right. So anyway, that's the macro analysis, guys. That's kind of where we are in the macro, and that's where we've been for the last 2 to 3 Sunday night charts. Okay. So we're still there. Okay, we're still there. We are in a downward trend in the RSI. So we are in a bit of a downward trend here in momentum. That doesn't mean that can't change. It just means right now we've got bearish momentum going on. Okay. Now let me pull up the chat here. You guys are doing good listening. Now let's just zoom in here and let's make the case on the small time frame from the wave structure. Say, okay, what is more than likely happening here in this? Now, I'll be honest with you, this is real challenging. This wave structure is as challenging as it gets. Okay, now what I was looking at a couple of weeks ago was this being a flat boom and then down from there. But we took out this high right there, and we even took that high out, okay? So the question is, what is this wave? I'll be honest with you, I don't have a great count. I really don't. What is that wave? Either this is an extended flat, really extended, and we've seen that. So what they did is they doubled up the correction. We had a 3.5 correction. They brought it down and then they just doubled it up. Boom. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Took the high. All right. And now we need to go down in 5. Okay. How do we go down in 5? Ending diag. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So what that would be, it would be some kind of a flat A. There's B. They doubled it up, took the high, coming down in 5, C. What that does is that brings us, hits this low, holds this level, and then we V-shape recover, going to the moon. Not to the moon, but we go and take the highs. That is one idea on the table. I like that idea. It's a good idea. That's a decent count. Okay. So what that does is that brings us down one more time here to hit this low. All right. And we're about ready to come down if I'm right about that count. All right. So that's one count for you. Let me know in the chat. What do you think of that count? How many of you like that count? You agree with that count? That count looks good to you? What do you think? That gives you, how many of you are rooting for that one more high? But that also brings us down to hit 88K first, and then rebound for the rest of for the rest of February. Now, I'm a fan of that count. I like that quite a bit. In fact, looking at the wave structure, I like this as an ending diagonal. I really do. In fact, looking at this wave structure, we could get real dumpy tonight into tomorrow, if I'm correct here. So we're going to say in an ending diag, you need basically threes, okay? So you have A, B, C. There's 3, okay? 3. We're going to call this 3. We're going to call that 3. And now we need 3 more, okay? And this is going to be boom, 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 WXY. And this needs to start coming on down, getting some legs, taking this low. I like that count quite a bit. I do. All right. So that's plausible. That's possible. I like the way it looks. Let's see if it plays, okay? And that would be 5 waves. Now, that 5 waves could either be an ending diag to a flat, okay? Boom, 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 something like that. Could be an ending diag, or it could be a leading diagonal. In which case, we would expect to see a rally, 3 waves, and then more down later. Either way, that count gives us 1 wave to the downside, okay? And then V-shape. But either it goes up and takes the high, or it 3 waves up and then continues down. Okay? So that count allows for at least 2 other counts. They overlap. So that's a good trade setup. If we get it correct, if we get this coming down here, taking this low, that's not a bad buy zone to consider for a rebound in case it goes. You're in, or if it just goes in 3, you're still in for a pretty decent trade, a $20,000 move in Bitcoin. Maybe $15,000 to $20,000 move in Bitcoin. All right. So I like that. I like that. I like that idea as a trader. That's a solid count. Okay. Let's now we're going to go over some other counts here, but let's just zoom in and see if there's any wave structure that kind of helps here. I really like. Excuse me. I really like this as 3. I like this as 3. 5. It's not bad. I don't like this 5. It's not a great 5. It could be a 5. It just looks like 3 waves. Okay. So what we've got here is some kind of... there's 3. There's 3. And now we're getting boom. Boom. This is getting ready to come down with speed. Dump tonight, guys. Dump. Now that may be prepping us for a rally. That rally I talked about in the title. That may do it. This was a 3-wave pullback. What we got a reaction here at the 618 retrace. That's why we got that reaction. Kind of gave everybody the sense, oh, here we go, we're going. And now they just roll over and take it out. That's nasty. Get everybody bearish. It's going to go down fast and furious. Get everybody bearish. Take these lows. V-shape it up. Okay. I love that idea. I really do. That would be a number 1 idea. 80K, 80K is pretty deep. I would say 80, 88, 87, 86, but I can't, 80K, I don't think so. I don't think. Okay, so I like that count. I'm currently short from current levels. Around this area, and looking for a dump tonight. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to play. I'm ready to be wrong. Okay, now, what else could this be? I've given the bearish look here. Now, I've given the bearish look. I've offered a couple of counts here. What is the bullish look? What if this is really bullish? What is the look? Okay, let's talk. What we'd have to say then is that this wave was some kind of some kind of impulse recovery after some really ugly, trashy wave. See, this doesn't look like any wave to me that's finished. That's why I don't gravitate to the bullish count right now. Okay, because I don't think this was a completed structure. It doesn't look like anything complete to me. That's why I'm bearish right now to the low. I have a pretty high degree of certainty. There's no certainty, guy, but I have a high degree of belief. Let's say it that way, that this is coming down here to take this low. Okay, but let's say, hey, this is an impulse. Okay, what is this? I got 3 waves. Boom, retesting. We did not take the low, so that's some kind of A, B, or a 1, 2. All right. What else then? What could it be? That means we need a C or a 3. That means we got an impulse coming. Well, here's your first wave. Boom. This is correcting. It may need to finish a little bit. It may not come all the way down. It may just come down here a little bit and then reverse. Okay, and that would be a 1, 2 of C. 3, 4, 5. Go take the high. 4, 5. And that would be, that would be bullish. But not forever. Again, one more wave to the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. 45, 150. Something like that. And so we're in the middle of 1, 2. Is it finished? Is it not finished? I didn't draw my first wave very well. Let me fix it. There we go. So there you go. We got to have a 1, 2 right here. We're getting ready to go up to the upside. Okay, that's the bullish count. That this was some kind of finished correction. We came down to the 618 retrace. It's a nasty wave, but you could call it, hey, we got a W, we got an X. We could say the Y finished right there. Boom, done. Now what do you got? What do we got going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pullback, go. I mean, there you go. That's bullish. What else could be playing? What else could be happening here? All right, low-hanging fruit here. I see that as 3. And I look at this and I'm like, that looks like 3 as well. Right? So this is 3. Boom. That's 3. And then boom, 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 3. Now, I had one idea that took us, hit the lows, 86, 85. Or we could simply just come down, take these lows, and then go up. And that would be some kind of 3-wave move or a 1, 2. So, guys, I've run the gamut there. I've hit all the different counts, whether it's bullish or bearish. I personally, if you ask me what do I believe, I really like that diag. I like this wave structure as a diagonal. I think it makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need 5 to finish. I like that. And that diagonal makes sense two different ways. Either ABC, done, complete, finished. Okay. And that's wave 4, and then we get a V shape. Back to the upside. I like it. I like it. Or that is a leading diagonal. This was the end of the wave. Boom, done. This was the first wave down. We get some kind of pullback and then continuation down. Either way, we finish the diag and go up. I got 2 counts that support diag and then maybe back up a bit before down or before we go to the moon. And that would be the wave to watch. There it is. For me, I like that bearish count that takes us at least down here. That makes sense. It looks good. All right, looking at all those, Salvador wants it to go to 0. I'm not sure why, but okay. As a trader, for me, it doesn't matter what it goes to. I trade it whether it's going up or down, right? I just want to have a sense for where it's going so I can trade with it. So guys, if you learn to stay neutral, absolutely neutral, and you don't, worry about, you have good risk management, and you just trade with leverage up or down. So it doesn't matter whether Bitcoin's going up or down. For me, I trade it both ways. Usually people that want it to go down, 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 they don't have any skin in the game, or they missed the move and they're feeling like they missed out, and they don't want anybody else to make any money while they're missing out on it, because that hurts their emotions. Usually that's what's going on with that kind of emotion in my experience. Don't know if that's playing in your world, Salvador. No, J-Mart, I don't hold any long term. If we go down to another low, like I'm thinking around 20K again, I most likely will, provided I see the things that I want to see on the chart, I will most likely buy some on that juncture, because, and now that's after this next 3 to 5 years, because I think we're getting ready to go into a 3 to 5 year bear market. Okay. And it's going to be 3 waves back down to real support. So real support for me is this range right here. That's real support between 10 and 20K. You could extend that down to between 6 and 24K. But that's the real support zone. And that's where I think we're going over the next 3 to 5 years in a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3-wave. That 3 waves could take a lot longer than I have drawn here. It could protract, but more than likely, when everybody's really, really bearish and Bitcoin's dead, this is the time to be thinking about buying, provided you see what you need to see on the chart at that time. Okay, I was a screaming bull in this zone right here. In this price range, I was screaming bull. I was bull-tard. I was very bullish. Very, very. I was very bearish up here, and definitely here. I was very bearish at both of those peaks. And I'm very bearish right now. I'm very bearish. That doesn't mean we can't go hit the high and spike up. But if we do, that more than likely is the last spike. J Mart, we've not seen. I mean, yeah. I think it's gonna not do what it's done on the previous cycles, and the reason for that is because what you've been noticing about Bitcoin's price movement is that it was moving in a larger leading diagonal. And so now we have a finished leading. Well, it may or may not be finished. Again, we could get the throw over here. But yeah, there is we finished a larger move, right? We could get a throw over, no doubt. Okay. Yeah, this yes, I was very bearish right in here until it created the flat. Then I got bullish again, right? In other words, once this created that flat and we got what we needed to see, you get bullish again, right? So yeah, at any point in time, I was bearish at the right time. The ETF came in. We had 3 waves. There's all kinds of reasons in this area here to be thinking about. Yeah, watch out. We could get some kind of 3-wave move down, or a larger wave down, right? But I was, yeah. So. Okay. Just depends on the wave structure at any given time and where we are at resistance and whatnot. So, all right. Anyway, my track record speaks for itself. With that said, I've offered the reasons for bullish. I've offered the reasons for bearish. The only thing left to do now is to look at the rest of the charts. Let's look at XRP. Let's look at Ethereum, maybe some other alts here, and just say, okay, what are those charts saying? And is there any overall correlation with all of the charts? Okay, so let's do that. Let's look at XRP because I'm personally trading XRP. All right, so let's zoom out. What's happening here? Well, that could be just a liquidity grab. Let me get on a different XRP chart that has more time on it. There we go. What's interesting, I think some people told me that on Binance we didn't take this top, but on like Bitstamp we did, right? What you have to notice here is that we have a clear pattern of price, the way it likes to go up. It likes to go up in 3s. You might argue that this was 1, 2 right there, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But now we got to go down in 3. Okay. And the problem I see here is that we have the first wave down. Boom. That's 3 right there. That's 3, best I can tell. That's 3 there. We didn't come 90% retrace. Guys, this could be 3 here. In other words, this whole move right here could be just be a correction of the first move, which means we might have a very bearish time coming. Maybe. It's possible. So that's one way to look at the macro in XRP, that you have an initial impulse, and this is a W or an A. This is a B. or an X, and now we need a Y or a C. 5 waves down. And what you might argue, here that we had a leading diagonal right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leading diag with a throw over. In which case, you say, okay, that's an initial wave. Or you could argue that it's not finished and that you have 1, 2, 3. This could be 4, or we need to come up here for 4 and then 5. I'm not sure I like that. I got a major volume spike here. But we could get another big one if it comes down again. So that's the question. Is this just 3? Because that could also be construed as a WXY. WXY. Could be done. That could be 3 waves and it's finished. Okay. As an A wave. And now what we're getting right now is a B wave. And we're in the middle of the B, or an X wave. Okay. In which case you got boom. Boom. Where do we go from here? Up. Down. Up. That's B. C. In other words, we have some chopping to do in here. We got a retest of the high to do. And then down. That's the bearish look at XRP. That's what takes us down. Okay? Looking at that in the macro. We really need 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 waves. So this one needs to finish. If it's not finished, needs to finish. Okay. Then we're going to have a rebound rally. 2. But then we're dumping after that rebound rally. That rebound could take all the way to September, October. What that does, it allows price to come down over the next 3 to 5 years. It allows the big boys to transition us to digital currency, out of fiat currency, to let the people that run the show, the people that run our governments and run, control the monetary system, and lets them switch over from the fiat currency, kill the fiat, have their global economic crash that's coming in order to bring us into the digital age. Okay, that's the plan I can see they're implementing. So I personally see a market just a big winter coming in the markets where everything is crashing. Okay, just everything is collapsing, and everything is shifting over to digital assets. Now, how fast that it could be that digital crashes first, okay, over the next year or two, while maybe the S&P and the dollar go up. Traditional markets go and hit their final highs. So in other words, they sell out of Bitcoin, send it over into those and pump the traditional markets. And then they dump out of the market, traditional markets, out of the dollar, out of the traditional markets, and into crypto. In other words, we could see a crypto winter as the preemptive move of all the markets down. And then once it's finished its crash, then the rest of the markets will pump during the crash. Maybe. I don't know. It's just an idea. And then that's the way they transition. And then they transition out of those markets into digital assets forever. And in order for that to take place, there's got to be some narrative, right? There's got to be a negative negative narrative in crypto. So that means something might be on the horizon as far as governmental news is concerned. Some event, some black swan, something that just sends the crypto markets crashing, and then all the S coins can finally find their death. They can die because we know there needs to be a culling of this market, that the S coins need to die, and what needs to rise to the surface are the cryptos that have real utility. So what's going to rise out of the ashes of that crypto winter? I think the real utility tokens, the ones that the big boys are planning on using. Okay, so I see this move back down is very plausible, very possible, and so I don't look at XRP and think, oh yeah, it's only going up. It's just going to keep going up. In fact, for me, it looks very likely like it's going to head down. Now, doesn't have to, because I've got bullish counts here. What's another bullish count? What's a bullish look here? Well, a bullish look says, hey, we could have some kind of this just could be some kind of a liquidity grab in preparation for the next pump. And that pump is going to be so fast and so furious and so big, it's going to make this look very small on the chart. Okay? $11, $12, yeah, could be coming to XRP. So that's a real possibility as well. That's the bullish look. What you could have here on the small time frame is simply some kind of a flat that needs to go. So we got a little bit of work to do in here, and then we're going to go. Now, looking at the XRP chart, I get a little bit more bullish in the immediate term, but unless something happens. We're having some resistance here on this trend line. Okay. And I look at this and I think, okay, I look at this on the small time frame and say, that could be 3 waves right there. In which case you got 3 up, 3 down, looking for 3 up. Okay. In other words, this may need to come down here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. May need to stay in this range a little bit. Come down, play around. Down or up. I like this count here. 3, 3, 3. And then down for the C leg. So you got A, B, C. And then it either could keep rocking to the downside or could come up. This really looks like 3 waves. But the problem with it is there's another count here. See this flat? See what looks to be a flat right here? Potentially. You got an X wave here. 3, 3, 3. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That could be 3. It's finished. And now, so now you have 3, 3, and then I need 3. What would that be? Really ugly is what it would be. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, and then down. Man, there's all kinds of ways to look at this. We're in a chop zone, guys. I tell you what, we're definitely in a chop zone where this could go up or down. We are currently in a liquidity box. On the very small time frame. It looks like a flat. A, B, C. Then maybe up, or this goes down deeper. All right, man. I tell you what, XRP is not clear. Let's move over to Ethereum. Let me catch up on the chat. Frank Scola, yeah, pal, speaking tomorrow morning. SOL chart on the daily. Yeah, I'll look at SOL in a little bit. Yeah, I agree on the wick. If it wicks like that, usually installs in the wick, usually means we're going to revisit. Yeah, we should probably more than likely fill that wick, especially since this started coming down. It price action continued down. I mean, it rallied and then the red candles took out the wick. I see that as a real thing there. You can see it. It happened right there. Came down. Here, price continued rallying up. We eventually filled that wick, but not until that one. So we had another wick to the level again. Now we did take out liquidity and bounce up. So if we make our way back up here, that would be bullish, right? Obviously, but wave structure to me is not ready. Definitely not ready. I warned my my Discord that we were going to be experiencing chop for the next couple of weeks. All right, let's look at Ethereum. I'll look at SOL shortly. I don't like this. It doesn't look. There's aspects of it that says, "Hey, that looks finished," and then there's another aspect of it that says, "It's not so finished." To the upside, looks like it needs to go hit the high again. This is a small time frame. That looks like 3. could be coming down again. What do we got? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. This could be a W. That could be an X wave. Very shallow. Could come up a little higher. X, Y. In other words, this may have a little bit more up to go. Maybe. And then another 3 waves down. Chop, chop, chop. Guys, what I can say is that I think the market's going to, I don't think it's going straight down tonight or tomorrow. I don't think so. I think more likely we got chop coming over the next couple of weeks. Let's zoom out. Look at the big time frame here. Now, Ethereum, problem with Ethereum is that I just don't have a very, very pretty wave structure here. In fact, I've got what looks to be 3 wave. It's getting ready to go to the moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that getting ready to, are we getting ready to get that move right there on Ethereum? Maybe. So that coincides with the Bitcoin, with one more hit to the high for Bitcoin. One more rally. However, what is this wave structure? Is this a diag? 2, 3. We're in the middle of 4. 5. 4 is not finished. It could go up here and down. See, that's kind of what XRP looks like. See this wave right here? That looks like 3. So I got boom, boom. I like this move right there. That's kind of what I'm biased to, guys. I see a bit of a dump tonight, but not down forever, and then up. That just looks so much like 3 waves. So what is this? I got 3, 3. It could come down deep, and then 5, or just come down here. Come up here. 3, 3, 3, and then down. That's what XRP looks like. Let's see how ETH would do if it did that. See, that looks like a finished WXY right there. WXY. X, Y. Now what? Or it could be a leading, man, that could be a leading diag. Because you kind of got this. Boom, 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 and then down. And then up. Yeah. I tell you what, we just need more data on the small time frame. The small time frame, I tell you what, it's just day to day. If you need help tracking the wave as it's created, that's what my Discord's for, as well as educational material and just community of traders. If you want to be a part of that, definitely join in the description of the video below. Join the Patreon. We'll get you right into the Discord, and I give daily updates on the wave structure, what I'm expecting each day, and whatnot. So, I tell you, ETH is not conclusive. All right, let's do a little bit of work on some of the other alts here. I'm just going to kind of peruse the alts now, and let's see if anything just starts to jump out at me as a consistent pattern here. So we'll start with the 4-hour. This is CRV. Very weak rebound, but that is a huge volume spike right there. That's not clear what that is, because that could be as simple as this, or this could go down like this, and then it's not clear what that is. Let's go to the next one. VET. Yeah, on all the charts, this right here, this wave is not clear what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that. And then down. That is a really hard wave structure. Nothing clear there. ZIL. That's nasty, guys. This area has been super, super nasty. It's been good trading, but as far as what it is from an Elliott perspective, it's not clear. It doesn't look finished at all. Let's look at SOL. I mean, what looks clear to SOL, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. SOL looks finished. I mean, I know who asked me about SOL earlier. SOL looks done. Like that's a finished wave, best I can tell. Here's the count. There's 1. There's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. And you got 5 waves in the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's as clear as it gets. So what is this? This is the initial wave down. It's either finished or this is wave 4. We're going to get a 5 and then a 3-wave return and then down. We'll get a rally, but I don't think we're taking that high again. I think SOL is done. That looks as done as it can. That's crazy. I mean, that is 5 waves. How many of you guys agree? PRP, no, not an ending diag. That's called finished. It's just done. Decrypto, I made the case that it could have. It could have already done. Bitcoin's move down off the top. It's just not finished. This first wave isn't done. In fact, I made the case that we're in a diagonal. Okay. This is either a leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I'm not a huge fan of this count, but I'll allow it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a huge fan of that. Nah, don't like it. Don't like it. Or you could just say an ABC. A, B, C. I like the diag count. And that diag could be a leading diag or an ending diag. If you're bullish, it's an ending diag. And it's ending a 3-wave move, some kind of 3-wave. What shenanigans are going to happen here, or is this just roll over and come down? The problem, that looks very good on Bitcoin. But when I look at Ethereum, I mean, we did get a little bit of a flat right before it dumped. We're getting a little bit of a flat here. Could dump again, I suppose. Let me look at XRP. Do I like it straight down from here? I don't think so. Unless that's a 1-2-1-2 to the downside. Instead of 3 waves, it's a 1-2-1-2. This was come on. That was an impulse. There's a correction. 1-2-1-2. I'm not a fan, but it could be. SOL. See, did SOL finish something? Do I have a finished count here? I don't know how to count that. Some kind of wave 4. Let me keep looking at the chart, see if any chart jumps out at me as feeling clearer than others. This is Jasmine. This is H bar. I got that volume spike down here. Pepe. I don't like it. Doesn't look finished. This doesn't look done. But man, I don't know what it is. It's nasty wave structure. Nasty. Looks like it needs more up. Dash. Look at dot. I don't know how to read this. This is oh so nasty. Luna. Gala. Can't see it. Sushi. These just look so weak and terrible. AVAX. See, AVAX is looking just down. Down. I mean, it could get a rally here, right? But down. Tron. Holy moly. Tron's been bullish as crap. What's the story with Tron? It's definitely a different chart. This is Mana. Mana is just trashy. That's trashy and dead. Sheeb. It's bearish. Theta. It's bearish. Let's look at Algo. Now, Algo has some bullishness to it, in that this impulse that looks like 3, this could get up and pump up the jams. It's possible. Or this thing just continues to roll over and come back down to here. But that has a certain 3 wavishness to it that hard to ignore on Algo. Doge has that same 3 wavishness to it, right? You want to you kind of look at it and say, hey, let's pump. Problem with that, you got, I don't know. There's definitely some bullishness on the Doge chart. Algo and Doge both have some bullishness to it. Dot looks like trash. Look at ADA. See, ADA has a certain bullishness to it that looks like it wants to make one more high. You got a 3 wavishness here. It looks like it probably has some more playing around to do, but we could go make another high. XLM. XLM has reached some major resistance. But there's a certain 3 wavishness here that this may need to come down a little bit more, but it could go. It could go if that 3 waves holds. Guys, the market is in the balance. I'll tell you what. We are. So I look at some of the charts. I'm like, some of these charts, they look like they need to go right now, or they need to, hold their spot and make another high. Those like Algo and Doge and Stellar here. You just kind of look at them to look 3 wavish, and they look like they need to hit a high again, but. And there are other charts that look like they just need to pull back and then continue down. So it's hard to tell, guys. It really is. All depends on what Bitcoin does. All right. Let's take a peek at LTC, Keith. Litecoin. Where are you? Huh. All right. Interesting. Interesting. That's definitely an interesting chart. It's got a certain three wavishness to it, though. I'm overbought with Hidden Bear. Boom, boom, boom. We coming down again? Are we getting ready to get a wave like this? You got an initial wave, three wave, initial wave, three wave. I don't know. I just look at that and I'm a bit skeptical. This looks like it needs to come down again. Especially considering the Hidden Bear. That's pretty, I mean, this is the 4 hour and that's pretty strong Hidden Bearish divergence. It's overbought with major Hidden Bear. So there's two ways to look at LTC here. Three waves, getting ready to go. Or it's getting ready to roll over and come down again. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this could go. Because technically, you know, we didn't rebound very high here, considering that wave structure is so nasty, guys. It is nasty. Just the hidden bearish divergence, even on the weekly chart, is monstrous. I mean, look at the hidden bear. It's huge. The problem with that is that even on this weekly chart, you could get a pump here. Boom. And this come here, and that bearish divergence still hold on the weekly. So that's the problematic. The 2 week, you kind of lose that divergence. So yeah. I'll be interested to see how this wave develops in Litecoin. Does this develop a dump, or does this continue bumping? Vinny asked me if I saw a 1212 on the on the Doge daily. I can look. Um, I mean maybe, but no, no. I mean it looks more three wave-ish to me. It looks more. That looks like three. Three. I'd be more inclined to three, you know. But I don't know. I'm not sure how much. I mean, this really has a three wavishness that I can kind of see this going up again. So yeah, Doge looks like it wants to go hit the high again, for sure. Algo looks like it needs to do it as well. So Algo looks like it needs to pump. It doesn't have to. I'm just saying it just has that appearance right now. I'll tell you what. Draw this trend line on Algo. You get a break of that sucker, that might be a buy, you know, and a hold for a little bit. Make some money on Algo. And this thing may just need to pull back and continue down a bit. It could do that as well. Any number of things. All right, how can I draw some conclusions here? Going back to Bitcoin. I think the takeaways from this live stream is that depending on which way you look at the chart, you turn your head one way, you can see it bullish. Okay. You turn your head the other way, you can see it bearish. All right. That is a prime setup for liquidity grabs. Okay. In other words, when half the market who's bearish looks at it and they see their bearish bias, it makes it easy to take shorts. Okay. When the other half of the market is bullish and they look at it and they can kind of confirm their bullish bias, it gives them, you know, a reason to go long, right? So in other words, at this stage in the game, the market makers are giving everybody reasons to go long and short and keeping everybody in the lurch as to which way it's going to go. It's giving everybody their pumps and their dumps at the different times so that, you know, the market remains bullish as long as they need to sell, and it remains bearish as long as they need to buy. So that means those trading this market are going to be more at risk to the schemes of the market makers. Okay, right now we are currently right smack in the middle of this range. Okay, and it is super hard to determine any kind of trend direction when prices smack in a range. Secondly, if I draw some trend lines here, okay, and price, this isn't a triangle, but we are currently in a triangular zone. It makes sense to me that this comes down here and then goes up or pulls back and comes down, right? So in other words, I think we're going to play inside of here a little bit more. I don't think we're going to break up and out of here right quite yet. I would expect this to come down here, and then we'll see if we get a bounce and a breakout, or this just bounces and rolls over. Hard to tell. But I think the market's probably going to wait until tomorrow when Mr. Powell is going to be speaking. So I think we're safe in that conclusion. So let's see what happens. Watch out tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I think Jerome Powell is testifying to one of the subcommittees about the budget and whatnot. So, all right, guys, I'm pretty tired. I'm going to call it a night. It's not definitive. I've really worked hard at trying to see the waves, and I've just concluded that we're still in some chop, and we gonna chop around a bit more. So trade like that. Don't hold anything forever. If you're trading leverage, just make some profit, get out. Make some profit, get out. But up and down, up and down, up and down. We're not quite ready to break out of this range yet, but I don't think we're gonna rally with any kind of big time rallies anytime soon. I think the market in general is somewhat short term bearish. That's at least my conclusion. Exactly how the market's going to come down, hard to tell. You need a trading strategy that can trade this chop. If you need help developing that, I'd love to help you. Come join my Patreon. I got different levels. If you want one-on-one training, I'd love to teach you everything I know about trading one-on-one. Help you develop your own strategy. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for being with me. It was fun. Good to have y'all. Yeah, J. Mart, no worries. You think the Fed will ever get audited, Vinny? I don't know. I don't know. What's pumping? Decrypto? Oh, okay. Yeah, hit the likes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next live. Have a great one. Enjoyed it. Bye, guys.